to Coca-Cola, you might know I was the CEO of Hewlett-Packard, and I sold a lot of gear. But I have been the ambassador to Kenya now for 2 years, and I am just thrilled that this deal has come together. Kenya is the most stable democracy in East Africa. The president has created a business environment where he wants Kenya to be the most place to make your investments in business. And he understands that it's not just competing against other African countries. Kenya has to compete against the world for that kind of vote of confidence. And everyone knows that Africa is the place to be. 1 in 4 people on Earth will live on the continent in 2050, and 1 in 3 working age people will live in Africa. So ultimately, this will be the biggest market in the world. So I'm just thrilled to be here today, and it is my distinct pleasure to introduce the President of the Republic of Kenya, President William Ruto.
Did we jump the...
Yes. I made a mistake.
Your Excellency, I'm so sorry. Yes, it's been a long day and a long 2 weeks. Please allow me to invite Honorable Rebecca Miano to give her address and then invite the President. Thank you. So sorry.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency the President, Excellency First Lady. Allow me to observe the protocols that have been observed. I really want to thank you for being here this afternoon. Only express my gratitude to our esteemed and long-standing partner, Coca-Cola. We have all witnessed the company's transformative impact, especially in the East Africa region, and the evolution of the business that is magnetic. We have in East Africa 11 authorized bottlers, 21 bottling plants, and over 10,000 direct employees. And this has not only created the most successful store format in the East Africa region, but has also significantly contributed to our local economies. Your $175 million plus investment in a bottling plant in Nairobi is a testament to your continued commitment to our region's growth. I am excited about the future possibilities that lie ahead of all of us. I'm also excited for the partnership and the commitment that my ministry has to walk the journey with you. This investment, in addition to aligning our shared goal of green investment, will significantly impact all the local communities. It will lead to a positive trickle-down effect in the value chain, translating into job creation and improved micro and macro economies. And this will foster a brighter future for all, demonstrating our shared commitment to the well-being of the East Africa region. Finally, Your Excellency, for the goals you have given me and the targets, 175 million down today. It is now absolute honor and privilege to welcome you to give your remarks. Let us all be upstanding.
Thank you very much. Please, let's take our seats. Did we get it right this time? Mr. Mark Harris, in absentia, Senior Vice President, General Tax Council, the Coca-Cola Company. I'm now told it's called the Coca-Cola system. Mr. Sunil, Chief Executive Officer, Coca-Cola Beverages Africa. Ambassador Whitman, the U.S. Ambassador to Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, first, I take this opportunity on behalf of my delegation to sincerely thank James Quincy, who understandably could not be here today, and his team for the warm welcome to this very renowned company. In fact, for a moment, I was explaining earlier that for a moment I thought Coca-Cola was a Kenyan company. Because when we grew up, things went south and somebody cried. The best way to stop them crying was to say, we'll buy you a bottle of Coca-Cola. And so I'm delighted to visit the place where Coca-Cola Company, a leading global brand, was born 138 years ago. Some 76 years ago, the Coca-Cola system launched its operations in Kenya by setting up a production bottling plant in our capital city, Nairobi. Around that time, our freedom fighters were launching a collaboration with progressive American leaders and champions of civil rights movements, which would lead to formal diplomacy in 1963 and a strong partnership founded on shared values which endures to date. The history of Coca-Cola and Kenya is therefore intimately intertwined with the history of our growth and also our development. Coca-Cola and its authorized bottlers in Kenya, namely Coca-Cola Beverages Kenya Limited and Coastal Bottlers Limited, have witnessed phenomenal growth in non-alcoholic ready-to-drink beverages industry. Today, they employ 3,000 directly and indirectly support 37,000 others. Additionally, the bottlers have invested nearly $400 million in new state-of-the-art production lines and other inputs in the past 6 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the Coca-Cola system has been a strong supporter of Kenya's environmental and humanitarian efforts. In 2020, for example, $1.6 million to the Upper Tana Nairobi Water Fund, enhancing conservation, for which, as government of Kenya, we are truly grateful. In 2022, Coca-Cola launched the Coca-Cola Integrated Drought Response Project, contributing $500 million to drought mitigation efforts in Kenya. And amid the COVID-19 pandemic, in partnership with and Health Africa, it supported PPE manufacturing, empowering young women to produce affordable masks and distributed nationwide, reflecting both corporate social responsibility and efficient business practices. Finally, I appreciate the company's continental initiatives, especially the Replenish Africa initiative, which is dedicated to improve and sanitation for about 6 million people across our continent, including in Kenya. It is also important to mention support for Project Last Mile, which facilitated COVID-19 response and vaccine distribution in remote African areas, supply chain, logistics, and marketing capabilities. Who knew, for example, that the distribution of drink would one day become a health logistics facility? In April, during AMCHAN Kenya's summit, I met with Coca-Cola Africa's leadership, led by Ms. Louise Ortega. This provided me with the opportunity to acknowledge the company's role and assure its leadership of the government's commitment to policy stability and predictability, to foster investment and also assist in their growth. I take this opportunity, therefore, to particularly Coca-Cola substantial investment of $175 million over the next 5 years to expand its Kenyan. has been a prominent corporate citizen of our country and Africa, growing as a brand manufacturing giant while serving as a partner in employment creation, economic development, and emergency response. Our partnership grow together. Today, we must sustain our engagement and collaboration to enable us face the challenges and seize opportunities together as partners. Let me again thank Coca-Cola for their Kenyan operation, what we can do together, and I want to assure you of the government of Kenya this journey, because you've been there for us when we needed you. We will be there for you when you need us. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, we just want to beg your indulgence for the signing ceremony.
Okay.
I know you're very strong. So take this opportunity to invite Honorable Rebecca Miano and Sunil Gupta and Alfred to the table for the official signing ceremony. The media, you'll be wondering what it is, and we'll be signing the Framework Collaboration Agreement. This agreement signing here today is to reinforce our engagement with the government on policy consideration and partnership in setting up a mango supply chain hub in Kenya, and also, as the President has said, is in collaboration of the circular economy for plastic waste in Kenya.
Very good.
Thank you. With that, as they're finalizing signing, I will invite Sunil and Honorable Mian to stand and exchange and shake hands on the agreement. Let me invite the President to the front and Alfred so that we can take that picture. That is the magic picture that we're looking for. Thank you very much. Mr. President, I will still beg for your indulgence because we have a special ceremony. This one is for you, I promise. Let me ask that Alfred and Honorable Miano can have a seat, and let me invite Sunil and Mr. President to go to the front, and Karen will come and explain just a small ceremony that we have for you. I know you will like this, Mr. President.
Your Excellency and distinguished guests and all of our Coca-Cola colleagues, we're very grateful for your presence at the Coca-Cola World headquarters today. And on behalf of the Coca-Cola system, we want to present you with a gift of appreciation that speaks to your passion for the economy. For the first time, a special Coca-Cola creation beverage has been developed by our teams across Africa, and it will soon be available around the world. Call this beverage Coca-Cola Woza Zero Sugar. Woza means join us in Zulu. It's a celebration of African creativity, inspired and inspiring, moving to its own rhythm. And the art on this special can, and that's in the art we're presenting to you, was developed by a Kenyan artist named Joy Rishu. Your Excellency, we are honored to present you framed art for Woza, signed by the artist, as well as one of the first cans produced in this limited edition collection. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. I think while we have the President, we know that if he goes to sit, that's it. Let me quickly invite the Coca-Cola leadership team to just take the final picture with His Excellency the President before we can call it an afternoon. Leila? Yes, sorry. Just thanks. Number one, to all